A day in the life of a commuter. Roadside speakers. November 26th, 2014. Here is something that may come as a bit of a shock if you're not from Ghana. That is the fact that we love noise, specifically the charismatic Christian kind. Apparently, all Ghanaians are charismatic Christians and approve of a set of random tweeters blasting out beyond their base setting the recorded or sometimes live performance of a random preacher dude belting out a random Christian song between exclamations of wonderment and drawn-out alliteration as prelude to chanting or tongue speaking. And if this sort of random carnival of God isn't quite your thing, well, too bad. Because for here, we love us some good racket. Well, actually no. We despise the accursed thing to high heaven, but we haven't figured out how to be anything other than tacit participants of the whole affair. I, for one, find it especially annoying as a commuter. Loosely speaking, it is music. And music being sound follows the scientific principles of not giving two forks about boundaries. So technically, this is the experience of more than just commuters, and more so if you happen to be unlucky enough to have an empty lot next to your home, or a generous neighbor who hosts, I suppose, speaker owners, often with a congregation complete with pastor, offertory sold separately. That said, as a car owner, you tend to really miss the real action. Most drivers would whiz past these things like they were just another billboard, or avoid areas like Circle, the walkways in Accra Central, and Malam altogether. Basically where these speaker-toting gangs, I assume, are birthed. What you'd get outside these strong points, for the most part, are the little spider babies that have decided to go it alone and colonize the Badlands, that is urban areas, usually with little effect over the booming traffic sounds and acoustic killing dual carriage roads and widely spaced buildings. But wherever the asphalt ends and the crowd thickens to slow moving molasses of sweaty, sun-beaten bodies, there they are in their midst, usually accompanied by a procession of DVD sellers or retailers of Christian literature, singing the praises of good fortune and impulse buying. I'm kidding, again. As hard as it is to believe, what with the racket and all, these traders are mostly fast asleep, letting painstakingly arranged displays do their talking, and of course, the loudest preacher to sing without the aid of his voice. Brought to you on blast by Made in China 2.0. For the areas too empty or lacking a handy electrical outlet, the teams tend to switch to hatchbacks with speakers on top, going back and forth like exterminators. But this is usually not the problem for commuters, but rather a problem for the hapless people who live in the boondocks, such as myself.